A quarter of all industrial cities is shrinking, yet they're not disappearing completely. While young people leave for opportunities, the elderly stay bound to their past. The future of the city depends on those remaining. Getting older and older, they reshape it to accommodate their changing lifestyles. With the closure of the last university in the city in 2017, the brain drain worsens, leaving behind a shrinking city. The population will grow older, just like the buildings, which have become the perfect set for adventure games. When the last textile factory closes, the municipal budget shrinks dramatically. This will result in buildings and infrastructures decaying and being colonized by fauna and flora. People drive around in cars made out of pieces of scrap vehicles. Poverty and unemployment will increase, but citizens will fight financial strain by growing and hunting their own food. In the summer, the tourist season, the great-great-grandson of the mayor during Tsar times organizes taiga adventure tours, which include illegal entry to the abandoned factories and estates. The elderly will try to increase their income by repairing and upcycling scrap and turning to alternative healing since they can't afford conventional medicines. A high-tech factory, Neo-Technochipi, will settle very silently in the forests. The production requires very little manpower. Because of the cheap estate market, the high amount of elderly people, the proximity to Moscow and the Volga, and the increasing demand for elderly care, the Moscow Social Guarantee spots in Kinishma the ideal place for an investment. They convert the biggest textile factory into elderly lofts and the director's housing estate into an elderly hub. The resort provides advanced healthcare and a series of activities to contrast age-related diseases on the Volga riverbanks. Nurses will flock to Kinishma. Despite the economy is getting better, the indigenous elderly will still have harsh living conditions. The Orthodox Church gathers a team of volunteers with aid provisions. At last, the people of the resort start to grow a profound interest in the low-tech healthcare the indigenous elderly have been treating themselves with. The city and the resort organize a Biennale festival dedicated to alternative and natural healthcare. Since the high amount of senior citizens, elderly fashion and the funeral industry will become significant in the city. The elderly resort organizes the Taiga Adventures lifelong learning exchange program, which attracts people of older age from all over the former Soviet Union and beyond. The absorbing power of Moscow has lowered its strength. Remote working allows some of the workers in the third sector of Moscow to move to Kinishma, attracted by the possibility to live closer to their grandparents in a natural environment. Finally, Kinishma completes its transition from a manufacturing economy to service economy and from a dying to a resurrecting town.